Welcome to the Boston Sports Hack, the show where we talk about Boston sports and lots of other fun stuff. My name's Felix Brown. Across the desk is Annie. And Annie, the Patriots are coming off a 44-14 drubbing at the hands of the Kansas City Chiefs. Where do we go from here? What did you see the other night? What the heck happened?
Well, first of all, I predicted that, by the way.
You did.
I did. And it was worse than I thought. Okay, so I said they were going to get leveled. And for as bad as they looked, they actually were worse. It was like a clinic on the Chiefs side. Sorry. I'm sick, by the way, so brain's a little slow. But on the Chiefs side, they put on a clinic, essentially.
Yeah, it was a clinic, and I didn't see this coming because I predicted 31-17 was my prediction before Patriots winning.
Right.
Going into the game, because I really thought it was a game where the Patriots were going to rally and go, you know what, we're better than this.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen. And I think what happened was that they got down. They had a chance on the first series to stop the Chiefs, and the Chiefs made a first down when someone fell down. And then when they got down 14-0, you could tell the Chiefs were going to roll. It was over.
Yeah. Yeah, and I say clinic, though. I meant that really literally, actually, because I feel like it was one of those games where the Patriots didn't do anything right. Offense, defense, they couldn't get in a rhythm. They looked beyond horrible. Bad mistakes. They looked sloppy.
Awful.
It was like the Chiefs didn't even have an opponent almost. It was that bad. It's like I remember in high school when they have blowouts, that's how it looked to me.
What was most surprising to me was that the defense played so horribly, and guys that we were counting on. And you can't tell if it's scheme.
Yep.
I don't think it is. They didn't have the fire in their belly.
Right. Right.
But Revis looked like lost.
I know.
Absolutely lost. Chandler Jones couldn't set the edge. They were running around him crazy. He got benched.
Well, I know. A lot of people got benched in this game. And we can come back to this maybe down the road at a later point. But I think so is it coaching or is it the player? Let's stay with Revis. Is it him? He has no heart. Okay, so this team has zero heart at all. No effort. But him in particular just looks like he's just out there.
So that's coaching. To me.
That's coaching. I would agree.
Your job as a coach is to prepare them for a game plan. And we
Right.
clearly didn't have that. And the second part is to motivate them and then to make adjustments, which none of that happened that
Yeah, that's such a good word, adjustments. They haven't done that since at all this season. We're already a quarter of the way through the season, which is crazy. And that they are usually known for making adjustments. Whether it's halftime, from one game to the next.
Yeah.
And they're not. I don't know
not just this season, but that even dates back to last season, even though they were 12-4. But I always found that Belichick, early in his career, did a great job of making halftime adjustments. And you knew they were going to come out and do something different.
Yep.
He hasn't done that in a while. And why not? In the third quarter, you're down 17-0. Why not come out and run the no-huddle offense? Change it up. Do something different.
Okay, so this is where I say personnel. They don't have the personnel, I think, to run a no-huddle right now. Do you? Do you think they do?
What, guys who can't get up to the line fast?
I don't think that they have.
Make a play.
I don't think that they have that ability. I don't think that I think with that offensive line, they started 2 rookies on Monday night. I don't think that they have the players to really put that into motion the way that they would like to. I don't.
Yeah, but when you're down like that and you're about to lose that game, it's time to do something different. Even if you don't have the personnel, have Brady drop back, have him from the shotgun the entire second half, and just start winging it.
Okay, but that's the argument of this whole game, though. He was in the shotgun almost the entire first half, right? And they had no receivers. They had more running backs than receivers dressed for this game. They had 5 running backs, right, including Devlin, who I actually really like him. I don't understand why they don't use him better, first of all. But that can apply to almost anyone on the team. Why don't they use them better? But I don't know. It just seems like there's no plan. Just like you said last week, and with the Red Sox, there's no plan. I don't get why their coaching is baffling to me, to be honest.
And
offensively,
I'm finally with you that I think this game was clearly coaching.
Yeah.
And why Josh McDaniel can't figure out how to use Tom Brady, and some people would argue a pretty talented set of receivers and a decent running game. I wouldn't be that person.
Yeah.
But I can see it. And he brings nothing. That was such a vanilla offense. he had a shovel pass, which you'd say, well, that's changing it up. But they were doing that because the pass rush was so horrible in Tom Brady's face.
Yeah.
It was desperation.
Exactly. That's such a good word, desperate. Although for them it looked like it was kind of creative at the time, right? It was like, oh, they're doing something a little bit creative.
Yeah.
Sad.
It gave you like a glimmer of hope that they could actually come back and win this game, which that ended very quickly. So where do we go from here?
I know. I don't know. It's a huge question. I think it's a multifaceted problem, and I think it starts with coaching, the players, the attitude. Yeah, I think age of some players is a problem. Attitude. I'm big on attitude this week. Attitude, man.
Did you ever watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Oh,
the attitude. They didn't have the attitude.
They didn't have the attitude. They didn't bring it. They did.
Well, it's true. They looked dead.
They did look dead. So I want to ask you, what was the worst play that you thought out of that whole game?
Ugh, there were so many. The strip sacks.
That was mine.
Interceptions.
When Soldier got beat and a strip sack happened, that was mine.
Yeah.
That's when you knew it was over that game. You're like, they have no hope.
Yeah. That was. I don't think they had any hope when they walked.
Well, I know that's true.
But it was a hostile crowd. I think there were 76,000 on hand.
Yep, and it was loud.
Set the record for noise or decibel levels, which is such crap. I hate that stuff.
Do you?
I hate the 12th man.
See, I kind of like it. I'm kind of bummed that Gillette can't ever do stuff like that. I think that stadium sucks.
I know.
It does.
Well, it's got a lot of amenities. I mean, it's got
but for like the fan experience.
Yeah.
I mean, like for that kind of thing, like for the noise.
But they can't because they have the open end.
Yeah, well, that's dumb. That was a dumb design.
Okay. All right, so we're running out of time, as usual.
A quick good. Do you want to say any goods before we stop?
Good things from that game?
Yeah.
I can't think of one good thing. Do you have good things from that game?
I do. I have two.
Okay. Tell me what those good things are. I know you want to share them.
I do. Like, I want to end on a positive note. For now, I think that Matthew Slater played really good. And I always thought, I never quite got why he was good. I mean, I've heard that for years, and he had some pretty awesome tackles. But the biggest one I thought was Gronk and that touchdown he got from Garoppolo. He pretty much hauled 5 guys with him. Like, how far? Was it like 5 yards? Or, I mean, I don't even know how far it was. I'm not good with distance, especially when I'm sick. But it was a good distance from where he caught it to when he went into the end zone. And I feel like that was the Gronk of old. Like, he was just hauling guys with him.
He did good. For one moment, one play this season.
Hey, it's a glimmer. It's a glimmer.
Oh, and Jimmy Garoppolo was dreamy.
He was dreamy.
He took him right down the field to score a touchdown, which is pretty funny.
Was that like their first sustained drive of the day, do you think?
Yeah, pretty much it was. Yeah. And then promptly got sacked in consecutive plays in the second series. So that kind of threw some water on that on that fire.
A little bit.
Yeah. So what's going to happen? Here's what I think they do.
Okay.
Because I'm an optimist, and you're glass half full, as you just showed us with the bright side of a 41-14 beatdown. But this team, when I look at what they had last year, they were missing Gronk, they were missing Mayo, they were missing Wilfork. Those guys are back. We've added Revis. We didn't lose other than Logan Mankins and Tommy Kelly, which I know are important kind of pieces.
Yeah.
We're not that different than we were last year. So can we really go from being the 12-4 team to being what could be a 7-9 team when you look at their schedule? I don't think so.
That's the Red Sox.
Too much pride. And I do, as much as we criticize Bill Belichick, I think he's still a wonderful coach.
Elite.
And generally has his team prepared to play. So
that's true. I like that. No, that's totally good thought. You're right. The pieces are there.
They are. I think they are. So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Fun.
Next week's game, Bengals, Patriots in Foxborough. What do you got?
Patriots lose 24-17. I think it'll be closer. I think they're going to lose. I don't think they figure it out.
So this season's a wash. It's done. Because if you look at their schedule...
I know. It's only going to get harder.
Right.
It totally is. So, and these 2 games in the preseason, even though I was not that good with the Super Bowl in the preseason, these were 2 games I was a little worried about. Like, I circled, like, they could go either way. And Bengals are now undefeated. They're coming off a bye. I don't know. And they have a really harsh defense. And I don't know that they'll figure it out. But they'll probably then win, like, 50-10, and they'll be back on top again, and everyone will love them.
I'm thinking... This team's not that different. They're in a funk. I think they got to be at least playing for pride, right?
Yeah.
And there's some really talented guys, Brady and Revis and
Will
Fork and the whole crew and Mayo. I think they step up.
Okay.
I think the offense still is really a work in progress, but I think that's a defense that on any given Sunday can shut a team down. I'm not, what's the ginger that...
Andy Dalton.
I'm not an Andy Dalton fan. Matter of fact, I think he's way overrated. I remember the playoff game where he couldn't get out of his own way.
Yeah.
I think that Bengals team comes into Foxborough. Patriots defense holds. I say 17-13 Patriots victory, and we're off to the races.
Hope you're right. Right.
Well, that's all the time we have, Annie. And hey, everybody, don't forget to like /sportshack and follow us on Twitter at sportshack72.